What's going on, Sagittarius? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for April 10th to the 16th, 2023. So in this reading, Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the upcoming week. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and so much more for you regarding the 10th to the 16th of April, Sagittarius. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Sagittarius, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and pull the energy and see what wants to come through for you this week, Sagittarius. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Sagittarius. Sorry. Yo. Sorry, I'm just getting the download. Ah, yes. Oh, well, I'm getting some stuff. I'm like, do I really want to go there with you, Sagittarius, already? I don't know. We'll see. But let's go ahead and get into this. Oh. Alright, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe. What are some messages from the universe for you this week? The first energy we have is Mother Mary, Billie Jean, love and peace. Let go of the need to be right, choose peace, and mother healing is possible at this time. So a lot of you here this week, there is a message in general, whether this has to do with your mother or not. Choose peace at this time. You know, I would have tried to avoid arguments this week because it's going to be draining you of vital energy. Now, some of you, this definitely does have to do with your actual mother, okay? So there may be some sort of way that you can find peace with your mother, okay? Whenever Mother Mary comes out, remember, she is the mother to Jesus. And remember, Jesus was born to a virgin, and the Pleiadians implanted the ET genetics into Mary blood, or whatever her name was. Anyway, that's a different story for another day. But for on the one hand, some of you, your mother may actually have a piece of valuable insight for you to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. On the other hand, there's some sort of thing about don't argue with your mother or try to find a way to have peace with your mother. Take it or leave it as it resonates. You also have Bridget, inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. All right, so the beautiful fire, goddess of fire, Bridget here, okay? So Bridget really is an energy of like a little spark within you can turn into a whole flame of some sort of thing that you want to build here. So for a lot of you, the message for you this week is you have a little spark of inspiration. I want to do this with my life. And that little spark can go really far. Really, it can spread into wildfire as long as you are smart with your energy and you channel it into the right places. So Bridget is also the energy of spring, you know, and it would make sense that this comes out right now. In the northern hemisphere, at least, we're entering spring. Okay, well, you also have White Eagle Ancestor Spirit. Connect to your lineage, a family wound or pattern can be healed now. All right, and when you combine that with Mother Mary, some of you really have an issue with a little bit of mommy issue right now, And what you want to do with that, I don't know. But what is coming through is something very strange. And to give you a practical example of how this could look, there was a long time where I would have intense arguments with my own mother. And basically it was about my career. It was about what you see me doing right now. It was at a time where I was dropping out of college. I was like arguing with her every day. Like, you don't understand. Like, I'm this, I'm that. Like, I'm different than these people. Like just getting even like nasty about certain things, until one day I've had enough of arguing with my mother, who had all these ideas about how I should be living my life. And was she right about some things? Yeah. But was she right about me choosing a conventional career? No. And here's what I did, though, and this is going to resonate with a lot of you, I promise, or this is at least a tool in your toolkit that you can use. I basically let my mother think I was stupid. So instead of being like, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be this great, you know, like whatever your goals are, you could be trying to prove your mother wrong, or you could just, maybe if it's not that, it's just like, I want to live my life this way and she doesn't see it that way. Or even if this is someone else that is a mother figure for you, or some sort of energy in your head, a motherly voice in your head, or whatever it is, it's an energy. I basically, instead of arguing with my mother about, I'm going to do this big thing, I have these big goals, I basically walked in one day and it shocked her, and I was like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do anything. I basically played dumb. And I basically let my mother think that something was really wrong, like off with me up here, just so I could avoid the argument. And I basically chose peace. Was it in a really weird, demented way? Yeah, it was a really demented way. But it allowed me to move with freedom. So for some of you, I'm not advising this, but for some of you, you may just want to like let your mother think you're a little, you know, a little dumber than you really are, just so she's like, okay, you know, so basically I went from arguing with my mother from like all these intellectual things, like, this is why I need to do this, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, oh, you think that? Well, I think this. And she was just like, and it just changed the energy. So some of you may just need to play a little bit dumb. That's a last resort, please. And that's not something that could be forever. My mom's in my life now. I take good care of her. But, you know, I still got to do it some ways. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and get into your reading. But because White Eagle Ancestor Spirit is here, really something with your lineage, you know, a family wound pattern, and having the strength to overcome it. You know, this could be addiction. This could be like, look at your lineage. What are the patterns? And maybe you're here to break that pattern, okay? And remember, Mother Mary is the mother of Jesus. And so there is something about a lot of your who listen to me are chosen ones. You know, Sagittarius is the Don Juan of the zodiac. You are, in a sense, the favorite of the gods. And because you are the favorite of the gods, Jesus was born to a virgin. How does this all relate? Follow me. I'm telling you, I'm going to the promised land with you. This relates because your mother may actually be chosen from the universe to birth you into existence. You are a chosen one, and so there's going to be struggles with that. And so there's something about like taking what resonates from her, or even if it's not a mother, even if it's just some sort of female around you that's trying to control you, or even a voice in your head, or what you should do. Now, your opportunity this week is the High Priestess, Sagittarius, so really leaning into your intuition is going to be a great idea, and letting the mystery of your life unfold. We're going to have to see why the High Priestess is here in a moment when we clarify why do you need to use intuition. Why is it your opportunity? We'll see when we clarify. You also have the Knight of Swords in your challenge, so there could be a really big challenge for you to pull the trigger on some sort of fire in your heart. The Knight of Swords has to do with forward-moving energy. It has to do with taking action, speed, not really caring what anyone thinks about you as well. And because this is your challenge, some of you may be doing this a little bit too much, and that's why you have Mother Mary, love and peace. Don't argue, just choose peace. No matter what you have to do to choose peace, I would advise that to everyone, but in certain situations it would benefit you. And so some of you are going too fast. For others of you, you're going too slow and you need to go fast. We're going to have to see, and depending on your situation, maybe you can tell which one you are. But we're going to have to see what it's about and why it's your challenge in a moment when we clarify. Now, when it comes to your overall general energy, you have the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant, and you also have the Page of Cups here, Sagittarius. So good overall general energy here. There definitely is a lot of discipline and tradition that you may be implementing into your life, but in your own way is what I'm getting, because you see the Hierophant is being surrounded by the Page of Cups and also the Knight of Pentacles here. For some of you, you may be, for some of you who have children, there may be two different types of children that you have to accommodate to. One is like very practical, slow. One is like fast, all over the place, a little loosey. But for most of you out there, there is something about slow-moving energy and tradition entering your life this week. We're going to see why that's the case in a moment. But you also have this Page of Cups. So I see you kind of taking traditions, but then giving it your own spin. Okay, and this could have to really do with a career. This could have to do with that Bridget, that little inner strength, that fire, that flame, that inspiration. I want to do this. I want to do it. And so, you know, practical example is the Hierophant is like tarot in my own life. Like tarot is something that's very, like there is a way to do tarot. It's very traditional. But then I kind of added my own mystic flair to it. And that's why I feel I'm successful on this channel, a part of the reason why. And also, of course, letting my mother think I'm mentally impaired. That's a big part of it, too. Anyway, let's go to what you don't see coming. You also have the... Okay, and this is where it gets weird. This is where it gets weird. Some of you... There may be some relationship or something deep is coming to an end. And what you don't see coming, you have the Eight of Cups, the Death card, and the Three of Swords. So there's some sort of ending. There's some sort of thing you're letting go of. And that really stings. For a lot of you, this has to do with your mother. You know, like I said, there was a period where I had to completely tomfoolery my own mom for my own best interest. But now, she's out right now. She's getting me coffee right now. Right as you listen to this reading, she's in my life again. It's better. But there could be a period of time where you need to really, like, let something go completely. You know, whether this is your mother or if it could even be a love relationship. But remember, many times we all have mommy and daddy issues. There could be a relationship that's reflecting that in your own life, you know, especially for the guys out there that watch this. But for the ladies out there, there's something that's coming to an end and what you don't see coming. What that's about, we're going to have to clarify. Now, when it comes to your advice from your spirit guides, you do have the Eight of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and also the Nine of Cups here. What's coming through is a very difficult conversation that could even be crushing to someone. It could be crushing to you, it could be crushing to them, that you need to deliver calmly. This is just what's intuitively coming through here, Sagittarius. Like, the Eight of Wands has to do with communication, the Ten of Wands has to do with a burden, or, you know, something that's like being overworked and underpaid, like some sort of thing you got to get off your chest. And the Nine of Cups is someone who's just very confident, matter of fact, and getting some sort of wish fulfillment out of it. So for a lot of you, you're being advised to basically have a conversation with someone. Could be your mother, doesn't have to be, could be anyone in your life that you need to get something off your chest here, you know, big time. So there's a lot of different elements to this reading. Let's go ahead and really get into it now and start clarifying. Let's see why the High Priestess is your, why is the High Priestess your opportunity for this week. Now, there also is something about be careful about who you tell your goals to. And this could be having somewhat related to the mother, or like some nurturing. There could be someone that is nurturing you, a partner, some sort of thing that if you tell your goals to this thing, or if you tell your goals and your that bridge or that flame, be careful. Like there was a while where, once again, instead of telling my mother all my goals, I said, no, I do not have these goals. No, I don't have this goal. I just want to watch Tom and Jerry today. And what that did was, when my mom thought I was watching Tom and Jerry, I was reading 12 hours a day, spiritual text 12 hours a day. She thought I was an idiot. I knew what I was doing. And so there could be something about you taking a very practical approach to a goal that you want to reach, but not telling anyone about it. Or you thought you were going to be linked up with someone to a goal. This could be a business partner, this could be a lover, whoever it is, and then you stop telling this person something. And you do it undercover. All right, so and you come out and you shock the world, type of thing, you know, like you know. So let's see why the High Priestess is here. Okay, well, the High Priestess in your advice, excuse me, in your opportunity is clarified by the Nine of Wands in reverse and also the Five of Cups upright. So there's something here that you can no longer, and it's the Ten of Wands right there in your advice. There's something that you can no longer keep doing or avoid, sweep under the rug, or there's something that you can't keep arguing about here, and it's making you very sad. You want to look at it here, Sagittarius. So this could be something that on the surface isn't a big deal, right? You have a little bit of tension between you and your mother. You have a little bit of tension between you and your partner, between you and a coworker. Whoever this is or whatever this represents, there's something that you can't just let it be anymore. You know, like there's something you got to put to an end. That's why the Death card, the Eight of Cups, and the Three of Swords is here. And the Knight of Swords is in your challenge. It's a challenge to take action on this. So the Knight, like the Nine of Wands is reversed is like unfinished business, but right now because it's reversed, it's like the business is up in your face. It's you're either gonna finish it or you're gonna let it defeat you. You know, so there's some sort of weird conversation I'm just getting you need to have, or like there's some sort of thing you need to put right. But I would advise you to put it right in a way that doesn't ruffle anyone's feathers, if that makes any sense. And sometimes in order to do that, you need to be clever, like a fox, you know? So just be aware of that. Let's see why let's see why the Hierophant is here in your overall general energy. The Hierophant in your overall general energy for this week is clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Tower in reverse, and also the Queen of Wands in reverse here when it comes to your overall general energy here, Sagittarius. So there is something here about some sort of new foundation in your life, right? The Tower in reverse is about a solid foundation. The Queen of Wands in reverse is about mellow energy, perhaps, or like very cordial, very like harmonious, very passive, like calm energy. And you have this Ten of Wands related to it. The Ten of Wands definitely has to do with an ending, and it's also in your advice when it comes to the Hierophant. So you could be letting go of the tradition that your mother has foisted upon you and embarking on your own tradition, or this could have to do with your career in general. Either way, there's deep, deep, deep transformation going on at this time. It does very much have to do with your emotions, though, and a connection that runs deep, ancestral or mother wound or just ancestral wound in general. So whatever's going on the surface right now, you have to understand that this week is not... It's a difficult reading because there's a lot going on the surface on a practical level, but it's all happening from a much deeper place, you know. Sometimes we can create change in the external world, and it's just kind of coming from like a neutral place. This is deep. It runs really deep. Let's see what the Death card is here. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot, but I think it's the message for you. The Death card is clarified by the Knight of Wands in reverse, Six of Swords in reverse, King of Swords in reverse, Eight of Wands upright. Once again, Eight of Wands upright. The only upright card is the Eight of Wands, then you have the Nine of Cups in reverse here. I mean, this is a little bit of a... Yeah, I mean, there could be a communication that you have with someone that someone will not understand what you're going to say. And this is really what it's about. Whether this is your mother, whether this is a partner, whether this is a business partner at work, whether this is a family member. There's something you need to say to someone that if you don't think about how you're going to say it, they're going to basically demonize you. Demonize you. Think you're a narcissist, think you're this, think you're that. But you still need to say it, or because you still need to say it, though. And so there's something about a really bad ending, but you have this upright speed. It can happen fast. And so there's something about like someone just misreading you or someone really not understanding the life path that you're on. There's someone who's judging you. For a lot of you, it has to do with your mother, your partner, business partner, friend, family member, who just, they are like, they're incapable of understanding why you behave the way you do, that it comes from a much deeper place, even your astrology, some sort of wound that you're meant to heal, but because there's someone around you who helped create the wound, it's just, there's a really big potential for volatility this week. I did a reading for Aries, similar energy, so you could be breaking someone's heart, but sometimes, guess what? You know, one of the most abusive things you could do is to like keep something under wraps just so someone else's heart doesn't get broken, but then you're living a lie. You know, you can't do that, but you want to find a balance of doing this peacefully. I love you. And so that's why, like, the way that I'm just telling you, I don't know how it's related. For some of you, it is your mother, and it's going to be, like, eerily. But for some of you, this is a partner, this is someone else. Remember the clever thing that I did when I was arguing every single day with my mother about my goals and my dreams in life. And instead of flipping out on her, or instead of going the other way of like some fake peace, I played my own game where I was like, oh, I don't have any goals. And it was the neutral, weird, I'll give it weird way. Maybe it's demented, maybe I'm messed up, but we're all messed up. I just don't judge myself for it. So I get a positive reflection on this panel. And there's cleverness that you have an opportunity to implement. There's a clever way that you can make it all okay. And it's not that you're sweeping anything under the rug, but it's you're doing what you have to do to achieve your goals. Because you have that little spark. Very nuanced reading. Let's see why you know what? Let's get some advice. Let's clarify why the Eight of Wands is here, because the Eight of Wands is also here and what you'll see coming related to that Death card. You know, it's like, okay, hold on. Yeah. Getting a clear message, but hold on. Okay, you know, there's someone around you, once again, for some of you it's your mother, for some of you it's someone around you, where it's almost like they're saying like your lifestyle is unhealthy. You know, like they're saying like your lifestyle is unhealthy, and then you're there and you're looking at them and you're like, do I look unhealthy? You're unhealthy. And that's why you have this thing about traditions, the Hierophant, and you have the Tower in reverse. You have the Queen of Wands in reverse to the Ten of Wands. I'm telling you, there's something about someone looking at your lifestyle, not approving of it, whether there's a voice in your head, a person. But then and that kind of friction has the potential to end up really, really nasty, and you don't want it to go there. But for some of you, it has to get somewhat nasty, but not to the point of no return. But then you have the Eight of Wands clarified by the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Emperor, and also the Queen of Pentacles. So you may have to upset someone for a period of time in order to really create your own stability in this life and do what you know feels right. So the Eight of Cups in reverse is like, you may have to have a conversation that doesn't make someone feel good, but it will bring more stability into your own life, and also will bring more financial abundance into your own life in some sort of way. And so there may be letting go of a partner, a mother, for a period of time for it to come back around. There is something about it coming back